Hi guys, Fog of Gaming here with the ultimate comparison video between two of the most popular assault rifles in Warzone. The deadly M4A1 and the M13, the laser of Warzone. I know what you're thinking, it's a no-brainer, right? The M4 should win this one easily. But don't place your bets just yet, because the M13 might just surprise you. We're going to break down everything there is to know about these two weapons. We will compare the stats, check out the bullet patterns, and we will figure out the best loadout for both of these weapons. And finally, we will see which one is the best to get your sweet victory in Warzone. On the left hand side, we got the famous M4A1. It is an improved version of the M4 carbine, one of the most widely used weapons in US military history. Compared to the M4 carbine, the M4A1 has a fully automatic firing capability and a heavier, more durable barrel that allows for better accuracy and heat resistance. The newer models also come with ambidextrous fire control, making it popular with left-handed shooters. Competing against the M4A1 is a weapon that a lot of people don't even take into consideration, the M13. Technically, it's a part of the assault rifle class in Warzone, but the M13 feels more like an SMG due to the high rate of fire, great mobility and a relatively low damage compared to the other ARs. All the statistics that you're about to see take into consideration an enemy with 3 armor plates. This means that they have 250 health points. The M4A1 has a standard magazine size of 30 bullets and it takes 0.216 seconds to ADS. It also has a pretty solid rate of fire of 800 rounds per minute. Under 30 meters, the M4A1 deals 42 damage points for headshots, while shots to the chest, stomach and limbs deal 28 damage points. With those numbers in mind, you can expect a time to kill of 0.375 seconds if all of your shots are headshots, and a time to kill of 0.6 seconds if your shots are body shots. The M4A1's reload time of 2.364 seconds is the fastest among all the assault rifles, but it can be reduced to 1.710 seconds while using sleight of hand. This means that you can reduce the reload time by 0.654 seconds, which can mean the difference between life and death. When you combine everything, the M4A1 causes 588 damage points for headshots and 392 for body shots. It has 2 damage drop-off points, the first one starting at 30 meters to 50 meters. At this range, it deals 33 damage points for bullets to the head and 22 damage points for body shots. That gives you a time to kill of 0.525 for headshots and 462 DPS, while shots to the body will give you a time to kill of 0.825 and 308 DPS. At ranges beyond 50 meters, the M4A1's damage is further reduced to 27 damage points for headshots and body shots will only cause 18 damage. That will give you a time to kill of 0.75 for headshots with DPS of 378 and body shots will take you 0.975 seconds to kill with a DPS of 252. Now, let's check out the M13 and see how it does in comparison. Just like the M4A1, the M13 also has a standard magazine size of 30 bullets, but it takes 0.212 seconds to ADS. It has the fastest rate of fire among all ARs with an impressive 900 rounds per minute. Unfortunately for the M13, it is notorious for also having the weakest damage profile in this category. At ranges under 37.5 meters, it only deals 36 damage points for headshots, while body shots will only damage your opponent with 24 damage points. This means a 0.4 second time to kill for headshots and 0.667 seconds for body shots. Now the M13 takes 2.650 seconds to reload, but with the help of sleight of hand you can bring that down to 1.820 seconds, which means a massive decrease of 0.83 seconds. With that in mind, the M13 has a DPS of 540 damage points for headshots and 360 for body shots. It only has 1 damage drop-off point at 37.5 meters. This gives the M13 a headshot time to kill of 0.533 seconds and a DPS of 420, and body shots will cause a time to kill of 0.867 with a DPS of 285. Due to the M13's low damage profile, I normally recommend going with the 60 round magazines, which double your standard magazine capacity, allowing you to fight for much longer without having to reload. But the .300 blackout rounds are something you might want to consider as well if you like solo. They increase your damage drop-off range from 37.5 meters to 42.5 meters, allowing you to deal more damage at range. In Warzone, time to kill is king, so let's compare these weapons so that we can see which one is best. From point blank range up to 30 meters, the M4A1 has the fastest time to kill. Not by as much as you would expect, considering the M13's lowest damage profile, but still. The headshot time to kill is only 0.025 seconds faster than the M13, but shots to the body will kill your opponent faster by 0.067 seconds. Now this isn't much, but there is a difference. Between 30 to 37.5 meters, the M13 actually has a faster time to kill, since the M4's first damage drop-off point already starts at 30 meters, and for the M13 it only starts at 37.5. So from 30 to 37.5 meters, the M13's headshot time to kill is 0.125 seconds faster than the M4, and its body shot time to kill is 0.158 seconds faster. Those are some pretty huge numbers if you ask me. If you then look at 37.5 meters up to 50 meters, then you will see that the M4 will win again. Its time to kill for headshots is only 0.028 seconds faster, and for body shots you'll be winning by 0.042 seconds. Now this is a small margin, but again, it's better. At distances over 50 meters, the M13 is a clear winner. Its headshot time to kill is faster by 0.122 seconds, and the time to kill for body shots is faster by 0.108 seconds, again a bigger margin. In short, when it comes to time to kill, the M4 wins by a tiny margin at the close range and for the majority of the mid-range, except for the distances between 30 to 37.5 meters where the M13 comes out on top. For those long-range kills, the M13 is a clear victor hands down. Equipping the M4 with the .458 SOCOM rounds will allow you to beat the M13's time to kill across the board, but you will have to deal with a far slower rate of fire and an extremely limited magazine size of only 10 bullets, which just isn't enough. As we know, the recoil is just as important as time to kill, because if you can't hit your opponent, then time to kill means nothing. So let's check out the bullet pattern test for both of these weapons so that you can see what you can expect. For the M13, I've equipped it with a VLK 3.0 optic, a monolithic suppressor, Tempest marksman barrel, commander foregrip, and of course the 60 round magazine. The M13 has an impressive low recoil to begin with, and a lot of attachments that I'm using will help to reduce that even further. For the M4A1, I've used pretty much the same attachments except for the stock. I've used the M16 Grenadier barrel. Let's start with the M13. You will notice from the bullet pattern that the recoil initially moves your weapon upwards, and then it starts to drag your bullets towards the upper right corner in a relatively straight line. Then I tried to compensate for the recoil. I was able to keep my aim centered without too much effort, and the result was a very narrow bullet spread with most bullets hitting center mass. As for the M4A1, the recoil kicks your aim upwards for a longer period of time before jerking it upwards to the right corner, just like the M13. The difference is that there's more space between the bullets, and the pattern goes up and to the right for longer due to the lower rate of fire and the higher recoil of the M4. When I tried compensating for the recoil, I got more sway compared to the M13, making it a little bit more difficult to keep my aim centered. The result was that the bullet spread was a lot wider than the M13's, which means that the M13 is pretty much a laser. So, I've shown you all the weapon stats, compared to time to kills, and even went through a couple of bullet pattern tests, but the question still remains, which one is the best of them in Warzone? In terms of time to kill, the M4A1 still comes out on top, but not by much. As for accuracy and recoil, the M13 wins by a large margin, because the bullet pattern speaks for itself. It's an absolute laser, and if you can hit every shot on your target, then your time to kill will actually make sense. So that small gain that you will get from the M4 is not worth it, because you're gonna miss one or two shots, unless you're absolutely perfect with this weapon, which means that you should just go for the M4A1. For all the other people out there, it's probably better to go for the M13 so that you hit your target and that you can use the minimum time to kill. If you're interested in figuring out which weapon is best when you compare other weapons, then make sure to subscribe. I'm going to make a lot more weapon guides for Call of Duty Warzone, and you will be the first one to figure out which weapon is best if you have your notifications turned on. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This was Fog of Gaming, and I'll see you in Warzone.